Hello darts nuts, I'm going to review a set of the new Target Carrera Azzurri Cortex Grip CX2 darts. I've already reviewed the CX1 model, and there's two weights available on the CX2, and it's 22 and 24 grams. This is the 24 gram version. They retail for around $59.99. And like all the new Target darts recently, they come in the new slimmer packaging. They're a 90% tungsten dart. The darts come already set up, and your guarantee certificate is, well, it says 24 grams, so you can activate that on the Target website. And like I said, with the CX1s, the darts are so much better looking in the flesh than what you imagine them to be from the pictures. And I did find that the CX1s are a really comfortable dart to hold, and these look more like a traditional center scallop dart, but again, that is a very comfortable dart there. Probably not going to quite suit my front grip though, because it kind of has a different shape there, but we'll have to see. They come with the short Pro Grip stems and the Target Carrera Vision flights, so we'll have a close look now. Alright, let's have a close look at these darts then. As with the CX1s, it comes with a silver point fitted. The nose of this barrel is a little bit more tapered than the CX1s, and that continues into the shape which moves into the Cortex grip, and as you can see, it looks more like a genuine scallop dart, whereas the CX1 is like a elongated kind of a shape scallop. But I've never been a big fan of scallops, but I've always found that they do feel very comfortable to hold. And this dart is no exception. It's very comfortable there. So I think again it's geared up for a center gripper, but we'll have to see what happens when I throw it from my front grip. And like I said before, it's a bit hard to describe the Cortex grip. It's got more grip, like rolling that way from in your fingers up and down. Whereas if you move along the length of the barrel, it feels less grippy, but it's kind of got like a kind of a bitty kind of gritty feel. It's hard to describe it, but that's about as best I can do. Like I said, it's a dart like the original Pixel grip. You have to try it to really know whether or not it's going to be something that you'll like. I actually quite like the feel of this, to be honest. It's different and unique, but I think that's probably a good thing that new things are being tried all the time. Even at that front grip there, it feels comfortable to hold, but the dart for me feels a little bit off balance there, but we'll have to see what happens when we throw it. As you can see, it's got the Pro Grip stems and the Target Carrera Vision flights. So I'll just let you have a look at the barrel, and then I'll put a close up with all the measurements on in detail. Right then, here's the detailed measurements. Right, here's the detailed look at the Carrera Azzurri Cortex CX2 24 gram darts. It's got a 30mm silver point. There's a small smooth section at the front of the barrel of 2.75mm. Then there's a small groove of about 1mm before it gets into the main part of the barrel with the Cortex grip. And there's another groove at the end of the Cortex grip. So including the two grooves and the Cortex grip itself, it's 42mm wide. And at the rear of the barrel there's a smooth section which tapers towards the end of the barrel of 7.3mm wide, and the overall length is 52.1mm, and the widest section is 7mm wide. Right, I'm just going to do some measurements of the barrel. This is slightly longer than the CX1 barrel. It's 52mm long, and that middle section is obviously going to be the thinnest. I think that's even thinner than on the CX1. It's 5.89 there, and at the front, just there, let me see, it's nearly 7mm. It's a bit awkward trying to get it on the exact thing, but I would say that's probably 7mm at the thickest part on that front section, and on the rear it's a little bit thinner, 6.94. It's quite an attractive looking shape though. Alright, I'm just going to weigh the barrels now. That's 24 grams exactly. .1. Yeah, 24.1 we'll call that. And that one is 24.0201. I think this obviously isn't as accurate as the scales that they use at the factory, but it gives you a good idea. It's pretty closely matched, so, and the full setup is 25.39. So it's pretty amazing that they've got the darts so closely matched when there's so much machined out of the barrel. So it shows you quite a good quality dart. Alright, I'll just check the balance of the CX2. I should imagine it's going to be pretty much in the centre because of the scallop. It could be a bit hard to get it right. Yeah, I think the scallop is making it. It's centre balance in any case, it's a bit difficult to get this one right because of the shape of the barrel, but I'm pretty sure it's a centre balance dart anyway. Let's see what happens when I put the supplied stems and flights on. Yeah, it's a bit difficult to test because of the shape, but I think it's safe to say that the balance is in that centre. It's definitely a centre balance. So that's the look at the darts. So now all we need to do is give them a throw and see how they go. From the first couple of throws I've had there, I'm holding it right on the front of the barrel, which is probably not the best balanced part of the dart. That middle scallop is definitely the better balanced part, but I'll try that a little bit later. But for some reason this barrel seems a little bit grippier than the CX1 that I recently tried. I don't know if it's because it goes a little bulkier here and it's just where I'm gripping it, but they're flying quite well in the first couple of throws. Yeah, like the CX1 dart, I was quite surprised the way the CX1 flew, because I thought it would be all over the place. And I have thrown a similar shaped dart to this before, and it always felt a little bit off balance, and that's what I was expecting this to do. But whether it has anything to do with this grip, I don't know, but it seems to be leaving my hand quite well, and the flight path is nice and steady, and holding it at the front there is quite comfortable. I think that scallop section is really nice and comfortable though, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just have a few throws from there and just see what that feels like to throw. That's definitely the better balance of the barrel though, the best sweet spot of the centre of gravity of the dart. On that first throw, the only thing I did notice straight away was I was getting the dart was spinning like that, which it normally doesn't do for me, so that's a little bit strange. But I think I know why that might be. Yeah, it didn't do it that time. Yeah, I think it was spinning on that first throw simply because I wasn't releasing that quick enough, and because these darts seem to be more grippy from side to side, I was probably just doing that just on the release, and it probably accidentally, I was probably rolling my fingers along the barrel. That time I tried to release my grip a little bit quicker and it flew nice and stable from there. I think it's definitely set up for a middle gripper, this dart. It's really comfortable holding it there, it's just I'm not used to it. Yeah, if I could get used to throwing it from that middle there, it'd be a lovely dart to throw. I'm probably going to have to practice it a little bit more, holding it from that centre, but I'm just going to go back to my front grip now. Yeah, I think these fly nice compared to a similar set I had before with this kind of a shape. I do think that grip does help, like just as you're getting to your point of release, it kind of keeps the dart steady. I don't know if it's because your flesh is squeezing into these little grooves and it's just catching on the little, I don't know what you would call them, like it's kind of like a zigzag notches, but it's definitely the most comfortable to hold in the middle, and I don't find the dart overall as comfortable as I did with the CX1, but it does seem to be flying nice. You see, that one is a dart that I didn't release properly, but that's a problem with my hand. Oh well, that's the end of that. This Target Cortex CX2. It's quite an enjoyable dart to throw. I was pleasantly surprised by it, but I would still probably say that if you're a centre gripper, it's probably more for that kind of a grip, but seemed to be working okay from my front grip. Hit a couple of trebles, and I'm quite a fan of this Cortex grip actually. It's got a unique quality to it. It keeps the dart nice and steady in your fingers like that way, so it prevents like rolling resistance, but it does have some effect as you propel the dart. I wouldn't say it's as grippy when you go that way as it is that way, but it's still quite a high level of grip, probably a high medium I would say. So that's the end of the review. Thanks for watching.